We make our own paper. We do not buy it from another source. We can make a roll of paper about every hour and 20 minutes, depending on thickness. Our paper mill, when it makes a reel of paper, that paper is 60 inches wide. So we do a lot of planning ahead of time, knowing what customers want what out of that paper. So we cut the paper in what we call slit widths. So that 60-inch reel of paper may make 8 slits, 7 slits, depending on the customer demand. When we blank that paper, one slit of paper, depending on the size of the part, can make 10,000 rings. We put them in presses so we can produce 220 wafers a minute. The paper's on an automatic feed that feeds into that die. It leaves there and goes to our saturation process, where we impregnate the wafer with the proper resin to give it the rest of its friction capabilities, and then it goes to more downstream operations. Due to the increase in demand, we've done multiple things to help keep our paper mill functioning. We've added an additional 10-hour shift to our paper mill. When the second shift comes on, the mill will not shut off. It'll continue to make paper. We will mix on the off hours. So, it's like a 24-hour operation, but the paper mill will only be running 19 of it, because you got to be able to keep it fed. With the pandemic, lead times have increased dramatically. So we changed the lead times on all of our raw materials to match what actuality is. To make paper, you also have to mix. We call it the slurry or the batter. And we've added a night shift mix operator as well, so that we can keep a continual flow of raw material for the mill. When we make our paper, we have 2 mixers that mix about 3,000 gallons of mix. Before we start that mill up, we'll make sure there's 6 mixes of what we call slurry in the tanks. Once those mixers are there, we'll start running paper. If it's a long run, we'll continue to mix and the mill will continue to run. We have multiple grades of paper we run. When we change paper grades, if it's what we call a light grade, it takes us about 4 hours to do a clean out. If it's not a light grade, it takes us about 8 hours to do a clean out. It's not just the paper, it's the downstream operations that make the paper.